This entire event is precipitated by an organization that can access the state legislature of Oklahoma, an organization that has been characterized with terrorist ties, with a community that endorses a religion that changes everything about our country.
Okay, now you're talking about the Council on American Islamic Relations.
CARE, Council for the Advancement of Islamic Relations.
And they have been identified by the Justice Department having ties with Hamas and the Muslim Brotherhood. Is that correct?
According to all media that I've read on these guys, the founders of this are terrorists with terrorist ties, terrorist supporters. Islam agenda. Islam agenda is the Quran. Islam agenda is ISIS, the Islamic State, the Caliphate. The Caliphate could be anything from just that we withdraw ourselves in society to our own little private group. That's a caliphate. Or a government entity that sets down the law of the land. And I know you're about to say that this is true. This guy has threatened somebody that with their own personal life of people they know in their life and use that as a threat against somebody. Makes me wonder if I want to be next to that person at all. Do I want him around me? If this is the kind of people you're running with, and you can put these kind of people on people you don't agree with, we probably have a problem. And you say, well, we got officers, no Indians, that's fine, as long as we have officers. But the officers in this group, no matter how their religious affiliation or what it is, every officer in this group needs to have a sense of honor, a sense of common sense. That it's not about me anymore, it's about every one of these officers, every one of their crowds.
And everyone in their group.
Everyone in this group is connected, and it is very important that we begin to think as a unit instead of, I have the right to kill any son of a bitch that comes up to my castle. I don't have. And that people live by. The Islamic Caliphate is unacceptable to America. To Americans with constitutional freedom, we're not going to give up any of our unalienable rights set forth in the Bill of Rights and accept any law that would infringe on the Constitution or the humanitarian rights of every man, woman, and child in this country.
$1 million.
Remember the guy with the hat?
He gets invited to the White House.
I owe $2 grand and they take everything from me. It's like, what the, really?
Oh yeah.
My money didn't even pay for the asshole that's trying to take my money. Didn't pay for his monthly bill.
All right, then we're speaking of the first clause of the First Amendment, that wherein Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment.
Congress shall make no law respecting religion.
An establishment.
And an establishment of religion.
Okay, so what they seek to do, and have they tried it on the latest ballot of November the 4th, in 2014, was to establish Sharia law court sessions in which a Muslim person could accept the judgment of an ecclesiastic authority.
An alternative judiciary system for a specific group of people in America.
I don't like that we can't have anything. I wanted to wear a tactical vest at least. I've been scrolling some of those Muslim pages and stuff. They are planning a big counter protest against us.
Yeah.
And I expected that anyway, though. But they're organizing theirs too and trying to get people from all over the country.
They're even busing people in Oklahoma. I've seen them.
Yeah.
They've got a Greyhound charter bus or one of those charter buses.
I'm hoping our 2 million bikers will show up or something. I don't know, but
Well,
power and
listen,
numbers.
that's why I tried to stress the very peaceful, very
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
sublime
Exactly.
approach to this, because I don't want
Yeah, we
to
can't
look
go
like
up
the man or the group They instigated a Muslim war.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
We are curious why CARE, a Muslim Brotherhood group, can sponsor a religious awareness in our state
In the
legislature
capital too.
and we in our capital. That this is not really, we really are curious of what they're doing, more than we're condemning what they're doing. We want to know what they are really doing.
We want to know what the government's going to do. Are they going to bomb it and blame it on us or something? Like
Are they
Oklahoma
going to
City?
adopt? Are they going to adopt it? Not unprecedented. However, if that alternative judiciary system, however voluntary that these people can choose to take, is any way, shape, or form part of a foreign government, which it appears to be so at this time, then it is totally illegal. The little Islam kids standing in line shooting AK-47s, and that's what is giving terror. When you had one in your hand when you was 5 years old? Oh, bless your little heart. Do I have one? No.
I don't.
Do you know? Do you?
I have a big can of
probably
ammo and a
do.
few guns. And
Yeah, but now you're not going to be able to even move.
my stuff's spread out.
Couple
Mine's
hundred
buried.
rounds, dude.
Mine's buried.
Couple hundred rounds. Grab a couple hundred
Like I
rounds.
told
my
you, we
favorite
could
rifle.
walk to my places from here.
I'm not going to grab my armor because it'll slow me down. I'm not going to grab a lot of things. Probably not going to change my boots. You know what I mean? A lot of things up.
Well, Bobby
I
Laser.
couldn't
No,
even
remember.
I would.
All right, Hamas is a political party in Palestine, in Gaza.
In Gaza, yeah.
And Sharia law is dictated by the Quran, which is a holy writ of Islam.
Which, when you come down to it, is the fundamental difference that we have. The fundamental reason that we have ISIS and everything is for Sharia law. Is the purpose of their entire existence, their purpose of their entire war that they're waging in the Middle East is to establish Sharia law. And you come down to it, that's the final word, that without Sharia law, they have no caliphate.
They'll separate the women, men, and children.
I have 0 people with me. I'm getting on that spot of horse to grab my AR and all the ammo I can. And I'm headed for the fucking hills, and I'm going to be their worst nightmare as long as I can.
Exactly. That's
It is full. With Sharia law, they have control of the people totally under a religious doctrine or ideology that may or may not be divinely inspired. It is not even the point, not even the question. What is inspired is, does it infringe on humanitarian rights? Does it infringe on the Constitution of the United States of America? And in the United States of America, the folks in Oklahoma, the rural people that are in opposition of Sharia, say that it definitely does conflict with my Bill of Rights, with the constitutional rule of law, and that it's just not an acceptable thing that half of the population of the United States can be under one law and then another half be under other law. Eventually,
And it was almost half and half here in Oklahoma. It was only by a narrow margin that the precincts reporting against a ballot initiative were rural, and they were 50 some odd percent, and it was 49% for, and they were all urban precincts.
some wrist rockets with us or something.
I've got a slingshot.
I was
Shoots arrows.
just fixing to thinking the same thing. We got slingshots.
I've got one that shoots arrows.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they can say what they want. You can be pretty badass.
Oh, exactly.
Slingshot. We didn't call them that when I was a kid, but
Lead shot balls.
I was trying to be nice.